3 days ago, I was woken up out of my sleep by an idea that would really help people, and I created a minimal viable product that actual day and started to get it into the hands of people over these past 3 days. And these past 3 days have been very interesting. Like, I have a small sample size as of right now because the only people that have access to this new product, which is a software, are members of my community, a couple friends, and my mama. But the feedback that I've been getting over these last few days has actually been pretty awesome. And I was not expecting that 3 days in on a software from being a guy that has no software experience. I've never created a software, I've never developed a software, and I'm not a techie person. But something else that I think is a little greater that is happening is that I'm finding some alignment for what this is actually going to be. And I didn't think that this would start to happen so fast just from me taking massive imperfect action. And it's only going to take me about 5 minutes to break down how I found this alignment and how you can maybe find some alignment as well in what it is that you're working on in your business, whatever the digital product is. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, by all means, feel free to click off of this video and you'll probably just keep on chasing something that isn't even intended for you instead of walking and moving within your purpose, within alignment, to where you can build a lifestyle business around your peace and your purpose. But just real quick, just to give you a quick rundown on this software. So, what it does is that it either creates or validates an offer for you and gives you a step by step game plan on properly monetizing whatever the digital product is online and giving you the complete content strategy to market it for yourself, right? So I just created this literally 3 days ago, a minimal viable product. And just to give you a quick rundown, real quick, you can get a little more detailed, but let's just say that I'm somebody that's in the health niche, right? So in the health niche right here, I have health lose weight. Let's say that my specific audience is busy working moms. The transformation that I deliver to people, what does my offer actually do? Let's say that I help busy working moms lose weight in only 20 minutes a day. My unfair advantage, let's just imagine that I have 3 kids. After 3 kids, I'm in the best shape of my life. Monetization preference, let's just say a digital product. Now, here, if you have an offer, you click yes, it will validate your offer to see if you are doing the necessary things on a day to day basis to attract the right audience for that actual offer because so many creators online, they're misaligned. Their product and the audience that they're trying to build or their content, it's not in alignment. That's why so many people have problems selling their stuff because they're not making the right stuff for the right people. If you don't have an offer, you have no, it'll create something. And if you're not sure, you'll just say not sure and it will suggest something that you'll do, right? But for the sake of this example, we'll just hit no. So after it thinks for a little while, it's going to come up with different offers based off of what it is that you tell it on the intake. So you'll see right now, it has a free lead magnet, right? The fridge to fitness routine map, a 5 day micro workout video that shares a series of uh, printable kitchen counter exercise guide design done while cooking or during laundry cycles, right? Here, it has a low ticket digital product, the 20-minute uh, metabolism reset PDF. You can tell this is not my niche. It has a community, the Strong Mom Society, a group coaching offer, the Executive Mom Concierge, and it has something that's a little more high ticket. Then it has like a service, right? Well, how this is designed, get off of here, Siri. How this is designed is that you pick a monetization path. So for here, I'm just going to select this low ticket digital product, right? So you use this offer. It gives you a quick rundown about who it's for, the effort to actually launch it, a good price point, the transformation that it will deliver to the person that's going to buy it, to the consumer, and then the revenue ceiling, right? This is something that's extremely scalable. So we'll just select the content plan, and then as it thinks some more, it'll give you a personalized strategy to build a micro niche YouTube channel around the problem that you solve to whereas 100% of your audience is only going to be people that are qualified for the offer that you sell, right? So many creators, their problem is that they're starting with the content instead of starting with the problem that they solve and then building everything that they do around the content. So here now, it has these different levels of awareness, and then each idea as far as content is going to give you a score on how great it is in alignment with the audience and the actual offer, right? So you start with the offer, build the content around the offer, right? So this is just a short minimal viable product that I just created 3 days ago. Now, the feedback that I've been getting, which I shared on day two, is great because the few people that have their hands on it, they're saying that this is really, really personalizing it. A few members of my community and my friend and my mama said that it felt like it knew them just off of just this, right? But something that I was going through in my head and which made me realize that I'm on alignment with what the users of this are going to be thinking and currently feeling is some feedback that I got today from a member in my community named Doug. So the reason why I want to highlight Doug's feedback is not only because I was thinking kind of similar on this, but because Doug works in tech and Doug's offers are in tech and he is a tech guy. He's branding himself as the busy geek, right? Like me calling him a geek and a nerd, he doesn't get offended by that. He's prideful on being a geek. But something that Doug said that really stood out to me here in my community was this. He says, right here, the intake prop, the intake form. The intake section should be more targeted and less open ended for the users. I feel like my answers were not deep enough to really get my vision and give me a solid direction. And then he basically just doubled down on the intake form here as well. And that's something that I was already kind of thinking myself because I'm like, from the small sample size of people who I got this into the hands of, because as of right now, it's just a free resource that's available for the members of my community and the few people outside of my community that I've shared it with. I'm getting repeated things back from people feeling like it already knows them based off of the offers that it gave them and the content plan around it. And certain people that aren't even in the creator space or aren't even thinking stuff. That's why I shared it with my mama. She was somebody that did not think that she had anything to offer to the marketplace, period. But it at least has her gears turning to whereas she now knows a path to whereas if she wanted to, she could probably make like $3,000 to $8,000 off of one of the offers that it came up with her. Like $3,000 to $8,000 per month. I was telling her that's very feasible for her to do if she wanted to just make some side income instead of like really making this the full-time thing. But what really got me in alignment was what Doug was thinking is what I was already thinking because I'm like, if it's already that good as far as generating offers or validating offers and giving you the marketing blueprint as far as content behind it right now, just off of this simple, just off of this simple intake form here. I was like, what will it be if I just go deeper on the intake and just get more feedback or more information from the people up front because it's already doing this just with this small intake right here. And when I read Doug's feedback from his tech mind, and he also has a very analytical mind as well. That's why I value his opinion on what it is that he's seeing right now because I don't have an analytical brain. I have a very creative brain. I lean heavily on the creator side of things. But in business and in entrepreneurship, you have to tap into that technical aspect as well. But something that really got me back in alignment was I was already thinking similar myself. And I was like, these past 3 days, until I read this comment from Doug, I didn't realize that I didn't ask myself my opinion because everything that I do in entrepreneurship and what makes things a lot easier for me, whether it's in productization, offer creation, or content creation, is that I only make everything for my past self. I'm like, I'm out here getting feedback from other people, but I haven't asked myself feedback. What is it that I needed? Because not only is this a tool for my past self, this is a tool for my current self because this is something that I need also right now. And my avatar for everything that I do is my past self also. And everybody that's in my community are just different versions of my past self. They're my avatar, right? So I'm like, yes, I want to get this into the hands of people to get feedback from them, but I can't lose sight of what it is that I need because they are me. The only difference that I have on them in my community, or the only difference that I have on you watching this video right now, is time and experience. We're all on the same journey right now. So, what I need to do is ask myself right now, what do I need from this right now? And what did my past self need from this tool back then to get to right now? So Henry Ford, he has this quote where he said, if he asked people what they wanted, they would have told him a faster horse. Right. I love that quote. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to ask people for their feedback because getting quantitative data back from people that are using it in real time is so valuable in whatever that I do. I stay in constant feedback loops with the market, even with my comments. That's why I'm in my comments so much. For one, I'm like I can get feedback from real people, and comments on a YouTube channel, they're like statues. They live there for forever. So it's not only for the person in the comment that actual day, but it's for people that are going to be watching that video weeks, months, and years from now. But how Henry Ford said that if he asked people what they wanted, they just would have told him a faster horse. That's so true because a lot of people think they know what they want, but they don't actually know what they need. So if Henry Ford were to ask people what they wanted and they just said a faster horse, well, it's impossible to make a faster horse. But what they really need is to get to where they want to get to faster. The automobile can do that, not a faster horse. And anything in entrepreneurship and everything that I create and in everything that you should create, no matter what the digital product is, and in every piece of content that you create that will lead people to your offers, you need to have that same mind frame. People don't want a faster horse. People want to get to where they want to get to faster. So, if they're here in their current situation, what will help them get to their desired situation faster? What vehicle can we connect? Or what vehicle can we create of our digital product to close what I call right here this transformation gap? And for me, if people are already getting great offers out of it, people in my community, my friend in LA that I shared it with that does video production, he's been thinking of ways to get online and make some kind of offer for years. In literal 3 minutes time, he he called me on the phone, was like, bro, I want to thank you. I was just talking to my wife, like, I want to thank you for your genius. Him that had been in analysis paralysis for years, in 3 minutes time, just about what I've already created has has shed years off of time of actually taking action off of stuff now to members in my community that either already have offers that are getting those offers validated and refined, or thinking of new models to make the stuff that they have better, or for the people that don't have anything, the light bulbs went off. And then the content plan behind that, just off of this now, imagine what it's going to be if I simply just improve this intake form right here. Because currently, the order of operations of it is simply just intake, then offer, then plan. And I'm going to improve the foundation of it, which is going to be the intake, which is what I was already thinking. Because I was like, if I was me then, I might get confused off of just these four little questions right here. But if I had deeper questions towards I could give myself more information, then the offer is going to be that much better and crafted around my life experiences, or things that I did not even think that I could offer to the marketplace. Like how my mama just off of this has came up with ideas of stuff that she didn't even think that she had anything to offer to the marketplace from her lived experience. So on day 4, tomorrow, this is actually what I'm going to work on. I'm going to spend my day working on improving this intake form, this intake page, because if I get a solid foundation on this, just as far as intake, everything else will be better. I don't need to improve the offers right now. I don't need to improve the content plans right now. And because just off of what I'm saying right now, people are saying that the content is exceptional. That's what I've gotten the most um, great positive feedback from. Secondly, the offers. But all that stuff will get better if I simply just get more information from the user on the front end. And that's what I'm going to be spending day 4 on. And I'm just excited. This is pretty cool to me. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And go ahead and check out this playlist right here if you want to see everything from ideation and creating this from literal day 1.